Hello everyone, welcome back to Moonlit Journal. I just got back from my Japan trip last night, so I'm pretty jet lagged right now, but I wanted to film this video right away because I'm so excited to share with you what I picked up during my trip. And selfishly, I also want to use all of these items ASAP, so I want to get them out of their packaging. I do feel a little rusty, and I felt like this would be a nice low-key, chill video to get back into filming with. We're just gonna keep it really casual and simple today, and I'm excited to share everything with you all. I also understand though if you are not in a headspace to watch hauls, so I will not take it personally whatsoever if you need to skip this video. It's always a difficult balance for me to feel comfortable sharing hauls, if I'm being honest. I never want to promote overconsumption, but I understand how hypocritical that sounds at the start of a haul video. So I don't really know what to do about that, to be honest. It's something I'm very conflicted about always on this channel. But at the end of the day, I also created this space to have a community that I can share these things with as well. Stationery and journals and journaling supplies in general are what bring me the most joy in my life, outside of the important things, of course, like family and friends. And, I hope you understand what I mean. But yeah, I just enjoy talking about these things as well. So I really hope it's taken in the way that I'm intending it to be taken. But I understand if it's not, and I completely understand if you would like to skip this video. Okay, all of that out of the way, let's just get right into it. Before getting into the stationery stuff though, I wanted to show you what I got at Popmart real quick. This guy will probably make some appearances on the channel moving forward. He's so cute. This is a Hirono figurine. I love all of the Hirono figurines. It's the one I'm most drawn to at Popmart, and then my second favorite would probably be Skull Panda. I'm not a Labubu person, but I do love my Hirono and Skull Panda. This one is from the Other One series. I love all of the ones in this collection. Here are all the details up close. He's holding a clock. He has a little tail. I think he's supposed to be a bird. And I really liked what was written on his crown. It says, "Don't worry about tomorrow." And it has a little moon. So cute. Also, apologies for my nails. I know they look kind of crusty right now. I haven't had a chance to do them after getting back. I love him. Okay, and then the other item I got at Popmart was this one, which is what I was looking for. I've never gotten a charm or like pendant from Popmart before. In fact, I've never bought a bag charm in general, and I've kind of been holding off for this one. Ever since I saw this collection from Skull Panda, I really wanted to get one of these, and I'm so glad they had it there. I got both of these items at the Popmart in Shibuya at the Parco location. But I mentioned in my last video that I really wanted to get a charm for my Bagoo bag. So I didn't open it yet. I wanted to do that with you all. So let's see what I got. Here are all of the possible options. I think my favorites are the all black one with the crescent moon, of course, or this one, or this one. But they're all cute. I think the only one I don't care for is the peanut one. Okay, let's see. Oh, cute. Oh my gosh, this is one of the ones I wanted. Yay, okay. Oh, the quality is so nice on these. I think I need to fluff her out a little bit. She's been a little smushed in that box, but this is so cute. I really like this one because of all of the purple, like the muted purple tones, which is like my favorite color. This is such nice quality. I'm shook. Okay, this one is called Ratty Bear. Here's the card for it. And this is the You Found Me collection. Wow, this is so nice. Yay, I'm so glad I got one that I wanted. And I think it'll be really cute with my black bag. It'll be like a little nice pop of color. This ring is also really nice quality. Let's see how it looks. I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to loop this around. That's so cute. And I think it works well for the bagu since this is such a large bag. I don't think it would look so cute on any of my other bags because I usually wear smaller handbags, but for this it's quite nice. So that's the first item. What shall we do now? I'm gonna start with Itoya. And I tried to take videos or snippets wherever possible, but honestly, I didn't get a lot of footage in stationery stores just because I wanted to be respectful of people's privacy. I don't know, I don't like filming in public unless it's pretty empty, or I can somehow not show people in the footage. I did get a few clips of Itoya, so I'll show that now. They had, if you're not familiar, the Itoya in Ginza specifically is huge. I mean, it is like, you have to go there if you are visiting Japan and you're into stationery. It's a massive store. I think it's like 8 or 9 stories tall. Every floor has a different theme. So I got a bunch of stuff at Itoya. My biggest ticket item from the trip was purchased here. Let's just get all of this out. It was really cute because they had decorated it for the holidays. So it looked quite festive on the storefront. Let's start with the main purchase. So this was the most expensive thing that I got in Japan, and it was my birthday gift from my husband. So I'm very, very grateful to him for gifting this to me, and I will cherish it for the rest of my life. This is a forever item, a grail item that I have been wanting. Yeah, let's open it. And they wrapped it so beautifully for me. Can any of you guess what this is? This box is so cool. This is my first gold nibbed fountain pen, and it is a Pilot Custom 823 in the amber colorway with a medium nib, and it is so perfect. I love this pen so much. It came with a warranty card in here, but yeah, it did not come with like a travel case or anything. Just, this is what I got with the pen. And here it is. It looks a little wet on the inside because, and I thought this was very, very nice that they do this, but the sales associate in the store actually had me test out the pen to make sure that I was happy with the nib and the writing experience. So she kind of just dipped the nib in ink. She didn't actually fill the pen, and I got to write with it, make sure it worked properly. I asked her for her expert opinion as well, if she felt the nib was good, and I was really happy with it. And then she cleaned the nib for me again and kind of flushed out the pen, even though she didn't fill it. And this is a vacuum filling mechanism, but I am so happy to have this in my possession. I just think this pen is stunning. I have been in love with this pen ever since I first got into the fountain pen world and community. You know, I saw so many of my favorite creators have this pen and speak so highly of it. It seems to be a lot of people's grail pen, their favorite pen in their collection. Yeah, I really wanted to take my time with getting my first gold nibbed pen. So I spent this whole past year writing with my Twisbees and my Pilot Kakuno, my Benu, getting a really good feel of writing with fountain pens, understanding if I even like that experience before I pulled the trigger on a larger purchase like this. I'm really happy with this. It's so elegant. The design is so timeless. I love this colorway so much. I love translucent fountain pens, I've realized. I don't like when it's fully opaque. I like that you can kind of see through the body, see some of the mechanisms on the inside, see the ink sloshing around, the layering effect here of the translucent cap over the grip section. I just think it looks so beautiful. I can stare at this pen all day. What I was surprised to find during my trip actually was that this was out of stock in most places I went. I didn't just buy this at the very first time that I saw it. I went to, I would say, four or five different stores during my trip to really compare prices and make a more informed decision, I guess. And everywhere I went, this pen was sold out except at Itoya. That was the only store I found that had it in stock in the nib size that I wanted. I did go to Kingdom Note, which is like a used fountain pen store. I think they also sell new, I could be mistaken, but most of their pens are used, but really, really like in great condition. They had the Pilot Custom 823, but only in a fine nib. And I knew I wanted a medium. Finally, at the very end of the trip, after going to a bunch of different stores, I ended up getting this at Itoya. Yeah, I was able to get it tax-free, which was great. So huge thank you to my partner for gifting this to me for my birthday. So happy with it. I can't wait to ink it up and play with this some more. And I'm thinking maybe after using this for a few months, I'll do a proper video about it and give my more thorough impressions and review at that point. Let's just take one last look at this beautiful, beautiful pen. And I did also want to say I had so much fun looking at all of the fountain pens at Itoya. Their entire third floor is dedicated to fountain pens. I'll insert some footage. But they had a ton of sailors and pilots, pelicans, Mont Blancs, like they had everything. This floor with all the fountain pens also had a ton of ink. And so that is something else that I picked up at Itoya. They had so many different ink brands, and I was just so shocked by the price difference between Japan and US. The inks were like sometimes a third of the price, and at the very least like half the price of what you get in the US. So these are the 3 inks that I picked up at Itoya. I got my Sailor Shikiori Fuji Sugata, which if you're familiar with my channel, you know I've been raving about this ink. I've only had a sample of this previously, but I loved it so much that I knew I had to pick it up during my trip. I also got another Sailor Yurameku ink because I love Hanagokoro so much, and I really love the chroma shading effect of these inks. So I got Kangyu. I'm so excited to use this one. I've been eyeing it online, so I decided to just get it for myself because it was so much cheaper there. And then lastly, I got a Pilot Iroshizuku Syungyo. And this is another one that I tried a sample of and fell in love with. Really happy to have these in my collection now. I picked up some more Pilot Super felt tip pens. These are like the chunkier ones. Actually, this is what my husband picked up. He uses these a lot. And then I got a new stamp pad from Versa. I've heard that the Versa Magic ones perform better on Hobonichi paper than the Shachihara ones. And I can attest to that, actually. My Versa black ink never bleeds through in my cousin, but my Shachihara ink pads always bleed through. So I wanted to stick with Versa. I got the color Jumbo Java. It's just a nice dark brown. Just wanted to have more options in my journal. And then I got 2 MT washi tapes. I got this really cute gingham one, and then this one was a silver, plain silver. The next thing I got from Itoya is this really cute tearaway calendar. I just really liked the size of this one as well. I didn't want something too large because I would like to, if I particularly like an illustration on here, I'd like to tear it out and stick it in my journal entry for that day, but I didn't want it to take up a bunch of space on the page. So I liked the size of this one. This is from Retro Post. I really just loved the illustration style on this. And it looks like it's from a brand called Shin Nippon Calendar Co. Limited. But I've seen these Retro Post designs. I think I've seen it in a couple of like Yoseka videos, and I just thought it's really cute. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, I really liked the color palette of this calendar, and I thought it would go well with my journaling aesthetic, I guess. Not all of the illustrations, but if I particularly like one, then I will tear it off and put it on my journal entry for that day. Okay, and this is the last one from Itoya. Let me move these out of the way. These are all gifts. I got this little pen case with a band, and then here are just some pens. This is a friction pen with 4 different colors, which I thought was cool. My husband got these 2 little mini rulers. This one was from myself. I thought this pre-inked stamp was really cute. I just thought it would be cute to add on Happy Mail or anything really. This is also a gift. It's a little Yumi Kitagishi Christmas card. I just thought that illustration is so cute, and it has gold foiling on it, which is really nice. Okay, I realized some of the items in there were from Loft, so I removed those. These were all still Itoya. They just had a lot of really beautiful post-it note designs as well. This one's gonna be a gift, but I really loved this one as well. I'm gonna use this in my journal for sure. I was curious if this one would all be the same design or different designs, but it looks like it's the same one, which is fine with me. I really like that it's like translucent. I just think that would look like a really nice layering piece. This one is called Swimmy. It's by Cozy Ka, the brand. And it even has like a stand. It sits on its own stand like that, which is useful. This memo pad was so cute. This is by the brand Neko, and they had a ton of really cute designs, but I just loved how bright, like neon this was. I don't know, somehow I was really drawn to this. This was my favorite design in the book. I just thought it looked so cool. Again, I felt like this would be a nice layering piece in my journal entries. So it's only 4 different designs that repeat, but I really like all of them. And then this was just like part of their home goods. I just thought it was really cool. This is a sponge wipe. So I guess when you like activate it with water, it becomes more like a spongy fabric that I thought would be helpful for cleaning our counters or anything like that. So I got one as a gift and one for myself. Okay, I think that's everything from Itoya. So I'm gonna put this to the side. Okay, next, let's go over Loft. Loft is such a great store to check out if you're into stationery. It's kind of like a huge department store. Every floor has different themes. There's a lot of like beauty and home products, but they do always have a dedicated stationery floor that has everything under the sun. So you can always find tons of stickers there and like tools for journaling. And I got a lot of my like staple journaling tools from Loft in previous trips to Japan, so I didn't really do much of that this time around. This time I was kind of just looking at mainly their different journals that they had, like notebooks. I did get this ruler. Also, sorry if you can hear my partner in the background. He's prepping lunch. but I always wanted one of these extendable rulers, and I just like that this is plastic because my current ruler is metal and it really bothers me, like sensory wise. So I'm really happy to change to this one. This is by Good Design. I really wanted to get one of these Clyde Nemosini collab notebooks because I have an A7 version of this, like a little pocket notebook from this same collaboration, and I love it so much. The paper quality is amazing, and this has a 2mm grid, which is really cool. But I just really love this paper. It takes fountain pens really well, fountain pen ink, but I don't tend to journal in spiral notebooks, so I got this specifically for writing letters because this is like all of the pages are perforated, so it's really easy to remove these pages. When I'm writing letters, like the focus is more on just pen to paper, fountain pen ink, so I wanted some really good quality paper, and I just like that this is easy to tear off. It's kind of the perfect size as well. This is a B6 size. I realized I had been pronouncing this brand wrong this whole time. I thought it was Memozine. It's actually named after a Greek or Roman god. Nemosini is how you pronounce it, I believe. I got a few tax-free. Yeah, this was a tax-free purchase. You have to meet a certain threshold. Cost-wise, you'll notice I picked up 2 of the half-year Stalogy notebooks. I just really love the aesthetic of Stalogy. I think they're so beautiful. I thought this brown color especially was gorgeous. What I've realized this year with using my cousin is that I really hate the feeling of a super thick, chunky notebook. Like, I don't like writing in it. I like flipping through chunky notebooks, but the actual feel of writing in a bulky book really bothers me. So I wanted to get half-year versions instead, and this is, I'm intending to use this for my morning pages and stream of consciousness writing, so this will go in my Luis Carmen. But I really love the aesthetic of Stalogy. I love this design here that they always do on the side. The feeling of the cover as well is really nice. It kind of feels like a canvas material, and it lays completely flat. I like that this is undated as well. And what I really love about Stalogy notebooks is that the grid is so subtle. So you really can just focus on pen to paper writing in here, which is perfect for the use that I have for it. And again, I think a half-year size is also perfect for me because I'm not necessarily writing every day in this notebook. It's more of like as needed. So I got one for myself and I got one as a gift. And then these were all just smaller items that I picked up. A lot of these are things my husband got as well. I got these. One of this is a gift. You might be able to guess for who it is. I really love these smiley stickers. I just think they would look really cute as like pops of color in my journal entries. And then I always love using these Lucky Cats. They had some embroidery stickers as well. I just really loved the finish of this. It has a nice sensory feel to it. It's literally fabric, but you can use it as a sticker. I just thought that was so cute. I'm planning to use these to decorate my 2026 journals. I've been kind of collecting really nice stickers over the past year, and yeah, I'll decide which ones make the most sense for my journal cover. This is a vinyl sticker that I got from Creator Circus. I just really liked the illustration style of this. There were a ton of these Midori index clips as well. These are always super useful. They're just a good staple. I only have the bronze ones currently, so I wanted to have the silver as an option. And then lastly, there were these Stalogy Post-it notes that were really nice. I just really like the subtle look of the Stalogy products. There's a dot grid on the top part and then 2 lines below. I think this will just be really functional. Okay, that's everything from Loft. I'm gonna move these out of the way now. From Traveler's Factory, I did most of my like Traveler's Factory purchases during my last Japan trip last year, so I didn't get much this time. Last time I visited 3 different Traveler's Factories. I did the Nakameguro, the Kyoto, and the Starbucks Reserve Roastery locations. Oh, and the Tokyo Station Marunochi location. So I did 4 different ones last time. This time, because I'm not really using my traveler's notebooks very much, I really just use it as like a sticker and ephemera holder. I didn't have much of a need to go back to all of the stores. I did still want to go to the Kyoto location though, because I just love that store. It's so beautiful. It's the largest one in Japan as well. I just really, really love going to that location. So I did go to the Kyoto location this time. I didn't pick up much. I mainly got gifts actually, but nonetheless, I wanted to show you. And I asked them to gift wrap it, which was really nice that they offer that. They let you choose which sticker you'd like to use as well. So I put the Happy Holidays just because you don't get that year round. It's only during the holidays, so I thought it was special. I love this washi tape that they use. This is, yeah, basically the 3 main items that caught my eye. So they had this new pencil board that I thought was beautiful. I just think the Travelers Company pencil boards are always so nice. They're really nice quality. They're a lot thicker than the Hobonichi ones, so I do prefer to use these. And the illustration style is just so nice. I really like this retro look. Orange is not my favorite color, so this isn't my favorite design, but I still thought it was really beautiful. And then they always have a bunch of postcards in their stores. I really loved this one. I love the color palette. I love the really like scrappy analog vibe of this. That was cute. And then this was the main item I was really taken by. This is a limited edition collaboration insert. I had never seen this before, but they were selling it at the Kyoto store. It's a collaboration with an artist named Aitor Saraiba. It was only limit 1 per customer. I just thought it was so unique. I'd never seen an artist collaboration like this from Traveler's Factory, and that too for an accordion insert. So I really liked that it was not just like a standard blank page insert. It was something different, and I think the accordion insert is commonly used by artists in general. So I really thought that was cool how they did an artist collaboration on an accordion insert. It's just very different. I've never seen Traveler's Factory release anything like this, so I picked up a couple of these. But yeah, that was everything I got at Traveler's Factory, which is much less than I thought I would get. But I'm kind of happy about that. It's very specific, curated things that stood out to me. Okay, if you noticed my outfit change, it's because it's a little bit later in the day. I had to step out for a little bit. The jet lag is hitting me hard right now, so I'm sorry if I'm low energy, but we shall continue with the haul. Next, I wanted to talk about Tobichi, which, if you're not familiar, is the official Hobonichi store in Japan. I believe they only have 2 locations. There's one in Tokyo and there's one in Kyoto. I only went to the Tokyo one. I've only ever been to the Tokyo one, actually, and it's a beautiful store. I'll insert some footage that I took while I was there, but I spent a lot of time in the Tobichi store just because the products are so beautiful. They had sectioned off about half of the store though, so it was quite small. I think they were doing some renovations or something, but it was cordoned off with like curtains, so I couldn't see half of the store. Everything was displayed in kind of a tiny space. As soon as I went in, I immediately went to the Tomie section because I had seen that they would be restocking the Tomie covers in early December, and that's when I was there in Tokyo. So I was really hoping that that meant I could pick it up in store in person. Unfortunately, it was sold out. I guess it probably immediately sold out as soon as they restocked it. So unfortunately, I didn't end up getting my Tomie cover. I had mentally prepared for that though. I had a feeling I wouldn't be getting it, and I think I kind of just took that as a sign that it's okay. I don't have to have the cover. I can just appreciate it. But I'm glad I got to see it in person. It's beautiful. The finish of the A5 Tomie cover is so interesting. I don't quite know how to explain it. It's definitely a fabric-y texture. It felt like nylon to the touch, but a little nicer than nylon. Like it kind of a mix between nylon and satin. It was really cool, and I loved the finish of it. It's not an obnoxious metallic at all. It's more like a subtle sheen, and I think it looks beautiful. So yeah, the Tomie products are all so amazing. And I hope they come out with new ones for 2026, or sorry, for 2027, I guess. Or maybe in the spring, we'll see. But I spent a lot of time in the Tobichi store. I took my time looking through every single shelf. They had a ton of other covers in stock, and I was able to get my 2026 journal in person in Japan. So I'm really happy about that. It feels very special to me. This is the bag that it comes in. This is kind of like the Tobichi branding. I think it's really beautiful. And I was able to get everything tax-free because I believe I met their threshold for how much you have to spend to get tax-free. I don't remember how much it was, I'm sorry. But let's just go through it. I was really sad they did not have any robots left. So even though I did purchase a book, I didn't get a robot, but I'm okay with that. I wasn't super into the robots anyway. I mean, I thought they were really cute, but I didn't have to have one. So that's okay with me. They did also give me my free pen. I like this colorway quite a lot. The dark brown and the blue. It's really nice. I don't use these though, so I might end up gifting this to someone. I did get some Tomie things. I got these two items that were on my wish list. I 100% knew I wanted to get the A6 pencil board. This is just so cool. Like, I love this illustration style. I love the manga panels. I love the actual stills that they chose as well. Super cool. And I love this shade of green. Like, just everything about this pencil board is perfection to me. It does kind of have this holographic effect on it. Not holographic. I don't know what this would be called, but there's like a reflective effect on this, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I kind of wish it was just matte, but I'm not mad at it either. It's fine. And then here's the back. Another color that I love, this muted purple. So yeah, this colorway is just perfect to me. And I love the design. This is my first ever Hobonichi pencil board that I've purchased, and I am a little surprised by how thin it is. It's pretty flimsy in comparison to the Traveler's Notebook pencil boards. That was a little surprising, but I believe this was only 470 yen. So I don't even know how much that is. Maybe $5? Less than that for sure. Maybe $3 or $4. Really happy with this one. Even though I use A5 books, I was fine getting an A6 pencil board. I'm mainly just gonna use this as a ruler, a straight edge, and like a bookmark. And then I also got the Post-it notes. I really like this design a lot. It actually has 4 different designs, which I didn't realize at first, but there's this one, there's this one, there's this, which is nice that it's a little more plain, and then there's a little checklist one as well. And they're all different colors, which is also really nice. I think this would just go really well in my journal spreads. I did also pick up the Moomin blotting papers. I don't have blotting paper, and I really need blotting paper. Now that I mainly write with fountain pens, I was in dire need of blotting paper, and I knew that I could just wait and get it at Tobichi. I think this is the only blotting paper that they offer, actually. I did finally watch Moomin, by the way. I saw that it was running like a 24/7 marathon on YouTube for free. So I started watching Moomin. It's so cute, so adorable, such a lovely show, very wholesome. I really love the illustration style. I love everything about it. So I can now finally say I understand the Moomin hype. I'm happy I finally now know the characters. I know what I'm looking at because there's so many Moomin collaborations with stationery for some reason. It seems to be a very popular crossover. So I'm glad I finally will understand what I'm looking at. I don't know what this says, but it's really cute. Wow, this feels very interesting. I've never felt blotting paper before. It's very thick. It feels like cardstock almost, but it has like a sponginess to it as well. So that's cool. This comes with 10 sheets, which is really nice. Next, they had a bunch of these little, what are these called? Oh my gosh, ornaments, Christmas tree ornaments. Or I guess you could use them as charms. Really, you could use them however you'd like, but they are handmade, handcrafted, and they're so cute. There were so many different options, but this is the one I liked the most. I will be gifting this to my nephew, but I will need to translate this. And then lastly, of course, we have my 2026 journal. I'm so happy to have this in my possession finally. And I did end up switching to an avec for 2026. I won't be using a cousin any longer, although this is essentially the same thing, just split up into 2 books. Because like I mentioned, I've realized I just really don't like the feeling of the bulk as I'm writing. So I thought maybe an avec will be more manageable for me for 2026. So more videos to come on this. I'm definitely still gonna film my 2026 journal lineup, and then maybe I'll film a setup video as well, because I will definitely want to cover these journals and like decorate them. So more to come on that. But that's everything I got from Tobichi, and I'm really excited to start using these items. Okay, next I wanted to talk about Nagasawa Kobe. So my husband and I are foodies for sure. So we knew we wanted to go to Kobe this time because we hadn't been before. I was really excited because that meant I could go to the Kobe Nagasawa ink store. I really didn't expect that I would get to see it in person, but we did end up going. I took a few clips, so I'll kind of play that as I'm talking about it, but it's a beautiful store, quite large actually, and it's on the harbor. There's like a tiny little shopping complex in front of the harbor. It's this brick store. They had a desk just for ink swatching. Like anyone can go sit there and swatch all of their inks. They had paper out, they had dip pens and water, and yeah, you can just take your time and swatch as many inks as you want. And I found that so helpful because I had an idea in my head of like, these are the inks that I think I would really like, but it's very different actually seeing them in person, writing with them, watching them dry, and my opinions changed actually on a lot of the inks that I thought I would like. It was really helpful to go in person. They had a bunch of binders full of ink samples as well, so I could look through their entire catalog. So I spent a lot of time just swatching inks. But then they also have like an actual store section where they have stamps and letter sets, washi tapes, a bunch of different things, notebooks, fountain pens. It's just like a regular stationery store. I only bought inks, of course. I kind of treated the Kobe inks as my souvenir from Kobe. So I let myself get 2 inks, which is a lot because these ink bottles are huge. I ended up getting Hime Ajisai because it is just the most stunning shade of violet, lavender. It's an interesting shade. It is quite similar to Fuji Sugata. That's the only thing. I felt a little bit guilty getting this because I already had bought that ink, but maybe at the end of this video, I'll swatch all of the inks that I bought just so you can actually see what they look like. But this is number 57, Hime Ajisai. Apparently it's their most popular ink. I just think it's stunning. I think it's my favorite ink of theirs in their entire line. There was actually another ink that I found in their catalog, but they didn't have it in stock, and I'm so sad. I think that ink was stunning. I'll show a picture of it on the screen. And then the other one I got, which was a surprise to me, is the one of their museum inks. This is like a different line that they have, so it was a little costlier, but this is the Kikumasa Burgundy, and it's kind of in partnership with the Kiku Masamune Sake Brewery Museum. It's a beautiful shade of burgundy, so I will swatch this at the end. But yeah, those are the two Kobe purchases. And then they also gave me these postcards for free with my purchase. So these are all images from Kobe. This is what Hime Ajisai is inspired by. So that was really nice. Here are just some stickers that I picked up from Hands. Hands is kind of like Loft. It's another huge store that has a bunch of different floors where they sell different variety goods. Highly recommend going to Hands if you're looking for stickers because they just have a huge selection. And this was the only store where I was able to find Cameo stickers as well. I tried looking for them at Loft. I looked for them everywhere and I couldn't find them until finally there was just these two at Hands. But I picked them up. I love these stickers so much. They're beautiful. Yeah, I didn't get too many stickers this time. I've realized I don't use stickers very often. I tend to mainly print out pictures from Pinterest. And then lastly, I think this is the last, oh no, I have one more after this, but we went to a woodblock print shop. My partner and I love collecting woodblock prints, artwork in general, because he is an artist, and I just appreciate art. So we went to this woodblock print store, and I noticed that they had a bunch of these envelopes on sale that looked really old, and I was very intrigued by them. And I asked the owner, and he said that these were all from the 60s. All of the stamps here on the envelopes are from the 60s, and same with these prints. So someone actually added these prints on these envelopes, and I just think it's beautiful. Like, I love all the details, the stamps. I really wanted to get these postage stamps as well. Like, it's just such a cool souvenir, I guess. This is from 1969. Crazy. And then this was just a print that we picked up as well. Okay, last one was Maruzen. I'd actually gone here to look for the Pilot Custom, but they didn't have it in stock. This is a brush pen. My husband actually picked this up. He likes to illustrate with brush pens. This was a really nice brown color from Pilot. And then I needed a letter opener, and I really like these ones from Penco. I've seen them before here in LA at High Tide. I almost forgot I was gonna swatch the inks that I got, so let's do that real quick. I'm just gonna use one of the scratch papers in here to do a little ink swatching sesh with you all. And this is my ink log. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll link it at the top right now where I go over this. I have my little glass muddler that I got on Etsy. I'll link it in the description. And then my Pilot Iro Utsushi dip pen that I always use. Let's start with this one, Kangyo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is a Sailor Yurameku ink that I got from Itoya. I think it's beautiful. It seems to be a shift between blue and purple. I just love these Sailor Yurameku inks. Okay, I'm zooming in. That's so pretty. I see purple, I see blue, and I see pink. I just love these chroma shading inks so much. So this is Sailor Yurameku Kangyu. I was worried this might be too light to write with, but it's not. It actually has a good amount of contrast. That's nice. Let's do Kobe Kikumasa Burgundy. I've been on the hunt for a really nice burgundy, and I was able to swatch this in person at the store, and I really loved it. That's so pretty. I just love how deep and rich this color is. And it is the perfect shade of burgundy, in my opinion. It has a lot of brown in it. I don't know, to me, this is a very like moody, gothic color, and I love that. Kikumasa Burgundy. That's so pretty. Wow. Okay, I'm really curious about this one. This is Hime Ajisai, also by Kobe. Number 57 in their line. I just love purple inks. I realized I really like writing with purple, or inks with purple undertones. So like if it's a brown, I like a more purpley brown. If it's a gray, I like purpley grays. Stunning. I will say it is very similar to Fuji Sugata, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna regret that, but I feel like in writing, this one writes lighter than Fuji Sugata does. I think Hime Ajisai definitely has a more pinkier undertone than Fuji Sugata, but why don't we compare them since I have both? I'm so curious if this will actually read as different inks. Oh yeah, I can clearly see a difference here. Fuji Sugata is a little more cool toned than Hime Ajisai. Hime Ajisai leans more like a fuchsia. It has that fuchsia pinkiness to it. Versus Fuji Sugata is, sorry, I hope that was in frame. Fuji Sugata is more purple, but it has pink shading. There's definitely a difference though. I don't know if it's enough of a difference to warrant having both of these inks, but I also don't mind having both. Yeah, there's clearly a difference in how those look in writing. Okay, and the last one I got was Pilot Iroshizuku Syungyo. But this is what I meant by enjoying purple undertones. This ink writes more like a brown, but it has a clear purple undertone that shows through. And I think that's why I love it so much. It's beautiful. This one is so nice to write with. Just the flow is so consistent. It's nice and wet. So I think you can see a theme here. All of the inks that I bought definitely have this purpley tone to them. Even the burgundy, I'm surprised. I don't know why this is showing up as more of a purple here, and maybe it's the paper that I'm using. I'm not sure, but yeah, these are all very purple leaning inks. I think the one that is the most unique out of all of these is the Yurameku ink up here, Kangyo. Look at that, it's stunning. That is so cool. I don't even know how to describe that. And even in the writing, you can see all of the chroma shading. That's so cool. I think I'm really gonna enjoy writing with this one, but honestly, all of them are stunning to me. These are my favorite types of colors to write with. And you can really see there the difference between Hime Ajisai and Fuji Sugata. The top one is definitely more pink leaning and the bottom is more of a true purple, but both have really nice color variation in them, which I'm realizing is something I really enjoy writing with. Those are the 5 inks that I picked up in Japan. I'm so happy with them. I can't wait to write with them, and I'm just glad that I got them at a much lower price than I would here. I'm just really excited that now whenever I write with these inks, it will remind me of my trip. I just think that's so special, so really excited to use them. That finally concludes this haul. If you have watched till the very end, thank you so much. I know this has been a really long video. I appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions about any of the stores that I visited in Japan. If you have a trip that's coming up or anything, I'd be happy to answer anything. I feel so fortunate that I got to go to Japan. I'm so grateful that I got to pick up all of these items and that I'll get to use them now in my journal and interact with these things on a daily basis. It feels all the more special picking these items up from a trip and having memories associated with them already. So yeah, I feel very thankful. And thank you also for giving me company today and for letting me share this joy with you. It means a lot to me. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up now. I hope you're all doing well. It feels good to be back, and I will see you in the next one.